Hi friends, so now we are going to discuss about the parts of speech. It is the first basic thing that we learn in English before learning any other thing. So basically the parts of speech are divided into 8 parts. They are the noun, pronoun, verb, adverb, adjective, conjunction, preposition and interjunction. So we would go through one by one briefly. The first one that we are going to discuss is the verbs. Verbs are the sound that indicate an action, a possession, or a state or being. They are also known as the action words like running, jumping, dance, write, kick, drink, etc. These are all the action words. In reality, verbs may also refer to an action done mentally, such as think, guess, sitting idly, imagine, wonder, ponder, etc. So we have some of the examples of verbs. The examples of verbs expressing physical action are as run, talk, dance, shout, cook, etc. Examples of verbs expressing mental actions are think, believe, fear, want or wonder. There are some of the linking verbs also, such as am, is, are, was, feels or seems, etc. So the first are the action verbs, which is a verb that expresses physical or mental action. The action verbs tells us what the subject of our clause or sentence is doing physically or mentally. The object or the subject of a clause does a work done mentally or physically. For example, Sam and Eric ride the bus to school each morning. Here the underlined word which is highlighted in yellow color is the action verb, that is the ride. Similarly, in second point, we see Jan wants a horse for her birthday. Wants is a mental action verb. Ian reads a chapter in his books each night. Reads is the action verbs, which is done physically. Do you think that it will rain today? In this sentence, we find that think is the mentally done action verb. In the next point, I believe in fairies and unicorns. So believing is also an action verb which is done mentally. Will you help me with your homework? So help, call, strutted in the further points we see are the verb actions which are done physically. Next are the irregular verbs. We already know that the verbs are the words that express an action or a state of being or a mental reaction. So we have also known that verbs have 5 forms. They are infinitive, simple present, simple past, present participle and past participle. So we have ordered them in a table. Here we find that we have 5 columns having infinitive, simple present, simple past, present participle and past participle. So we would take a part from infinitive and then further discuss about the other forms of the verbs. So the infinitive part is to go. So its simple present would be go or goes. Simple present may also have some of the continuous going on processes such as goes. Simple past would be went. Present participle will be added by ing. And its past participle would be gone. Here we see that the infinitive is to eat. Simple present would be eat or eats. Simple past would be ate. Present participle is eating and past participle is eaten. Infinitive is to take. Simple present gives take or takes. Simple past took. It is already done in the past. Present participle taking. Going on process. Past participle is taken. Similarly, other can also be derived with these forms of grammar. Next is the auxiliary verbs. So we know that the verbs are expressed action or state of being. So they produce various tenses, moods and voice of verbs. Auxiliary verbs or helping verbs, also known as helping verbs, they are used so that to help the further future tenses or any past tenses or any tenses with the subject. For example, I will go to school tomorrow. Will go is present in future tense and will go is the auxiliary verb, the helping verb. Jim had cleaned before Karen came home. Here, the auxiliary verb is in the past perfect tense. Had cleaned is the auxiliary verb. Quinn will be going to the beach next week. So will be going is the future perfect tense and is present as an auxiliary verb. Similarly, in the other sentences we find had brought, do ask, did take, was left are some of the subjunctive, imperative, indicative and passive voices auxiliary verbs. Next is the linking verb. So linking verbs are the verbs that express a state of being. They are called linking verbs because they link the subject of the sentence to a word or a phrase in the predicate that renames or describes the subjects. And it tells us more about the subject's state of being. For example, the cake smells good. So it further indicates about the cake, which smells good. The smells is the linking verb. My cousins were late to the party. Were late. Where is the linking verb, which indicates about the subject or tells more about the subject's state of being. The fireworks are amazing. The spaghetti tastes good. I think the sun is rising. Here, the are, tastes is, these are all the linking verbs. That's all for today's video. Thank you.